Hello, hello. I am ready when you are. Hope I have some of you joining today, and not just meaning joining to watch, but joining to craft along. It was sort of a short notice, I know. Hi. I know it was sort of short notice, of course, just like any other day. I'm trying to decide at 10 o'clock this morning what I was going to do for the live today, so you know me. I like to leave it till the last minute, right? And my idea behind this card front is kind of not really going where I originally thought it was going to go, but that's okay. We'll hopefully play with a couple techniques and we'll see how it goes, hey? Hello, my friend. I know, missed you too last week. It was just too chaotic. And I spent, I think, 4 or 5 hours trying to organize and get things put away, and there was just no way I could have even done a live because my craft room was just a disaster zone. So I had to put it off for a week. So yeah, be back. It'll be probably off and on for a bit, but we'll get there, right? We will get there. So what have you been up to today? I have been wrapping for the advent calendars. So that's 12 advent calendars I sold, plus times 24 days. That's 288 items I have to wrap. And so far I've wrapped, let's see, 84 items. Yes, for sure. 84 items, so I guess I'm down to about 200. Yeah, because I've got a few extra. So I'm right around 200 items that I still have to wrap and hopefully get done as ASAP. Oh, that's perfect. I will probably won't be doing that till December, but yeah. I have just a couple things that I'm going to do for the kids as teachers, I think. So, hello, Melanie. How are you? So yeah, I'm probably not doing much for Christmas presents as in regards to making them this year, but you know, hopefully I'll catch up at some point, right? Yes, I have a long way to go. Hello, Pam. How are you doing today? Good of you to join. It's at least nice today. I don't know how it is in Chetwynd, but today it's beautiful sunshine. I think it seems decently warm. I was just outside for a little bit, so I can't believe it's the 11th of November and we're getting weather like this still. I'm happy. I'm definitely not complaining. I'm not a winter person. So I definitely question myself as to why I'm still living here some days. But it is what it is, right? Yeah, I think it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so long, hey? That's the problem. That is the issue. Free time to do some crafts? Awesome, Pam. That's great. Well, maybe this will inspire you a little bit more too. Did anybody gather supplies to kind of craft along, or is everybody just going to watch me? And I'm fine either way. I just kind of wanted to know so that I kind of know the speed and to check in and whatever as we go along. There we go. Yeah. Well, that's good to be putting away summer stuff. That's good. We just finished putting away Halloween. Yeah. Yes, yes. You're going to try to craft along? Yay. All right. Well, let's get on with it. Hello, Lori. How are you? I'm glad you could join. All right. So let's get going on this. Okay, so I am going to, everybody hopefully seen the paper rose stencil that I had on the event cover. So this one's from Paper Rose. It's really nice. One of the reasons I like it is because it's got so many different snowflakes on it. So I really like that. I don't have my regular mat set up. I have this big mat that is big silicone mat for on my tabletop. So the only reason I have this set up is because I don't know where any of my other bigger sheets of paper are, and you know, I'm still kind of getting things organized. So all I have here is, this is just I'm using this piece of paper as scrap is basically all I'm doing. I have my non-stick sheet underneath that, my media mat, grip media mat for my paper, and then I'm just going to put the stencil on top of that. Line it up however you desire. Now, I was watching Tim Holtz last night. I finally bit the bullet and thought I should maybe watch some of his stuff for his holiday release and the mica sprays and all of that. So as I was watching it, he did do one very cool thing, I thought, that I had never really thought about before. Because you guys know me, I'm usually, when I'm doing stencils, I have my magnet staycation thing underneath, and then I just magnet my stencils down, which I will be doing that again at some point, just not right now because I don't know where it is. So anyway, he had, for his stencil, this is what he did. I wonder if I could zoom up a little bit for you guys. So he just took a piece of washi tape and stuck it at the top of his stencil, and then what that did was that it made it a hinge, if you can see it hinge, so that if you need to lift it up, you can, and it'll fall right back. So it's kind of like the Misty idea for your stencils, in order just to have a way to check to see how your blending and everything is going. So I'm going to do 2 different blends on here. The first one is, I'm just going to do hi Jen, how are you? I don't know why you can't hear me. You seem to have lots of troubles with that. I'm not sure. Good tea time. Awesome. Okay, so on the listing for the event, I put to do some sort of neutralish light shadow type background colors. So we're going to do that one for the first one. And then I'm going to do another one, which is just basically some other options for you. So I picked pumice stone and old paper for my background, and then I may throw a little bit of weathered wood in. I'm unsure how it's going to go. So I like using these blending brushes. Anybody who's crafting along, or even if you're not crafting along, have you sort of switched to using these type blending brushes? What do you use? I think I have definitely converted to these. All right, so I'm going to start with pumice stone, just a little bit on there, and I'm going to go sort of middles of my snowflakes. I don't want to just go over and do the whole thing. I'm trying to just, I want to kind of blend out on the snowflakes, so I don't want to just cover the whole thing if I can help it. Depending on your blending brush, of course, you may have to just cover the whole thing, which is totally fine. This is just what I want to try to do. So there's no right or wrong here. You can do your snowflakes however you desire. So if you want to just cover your whole background, you go right ahead and do that. And again, it kind of depends on your blending brush. You know, I use the mini blenders from Tim Holtz for forever. And then when these type blending brushes came out, I feel like I'm this way with a lot of things. I sort of, what would be the word? Resist the movement, I guess. the new blending brush movement. But I have to tell you, since I started, I'm hooked on them. Is that the top of my paper there? I just have my peel my washi tape back just a tiny bit to get to this stencil. All right. So, oh, I missed this one. I'm just going to do that one a little bit lighter. All right, so that was my pumice stone. Yeah, old paper's kind of green. Maybe I will just do weathered wood, and I'll just try to do it a little bit lighter on here. Okay, so I'm just going through, and now trying to blend out my colors. this is the first time I've done this technique. Surprise, surprise, I'm sure you're all saying. And as I was saying before some of you joined in, this isn't really what I had in mind when I sort of started pulling this craft together. But I wanted to be able to, of course, have it available for as many people as possible for the supplies. So that kind of limits me sometimes when I'm trying to plan a project, but that's okay. I don't mind one bit. I just had to kind of change up where I was going, and that's okay, because maybe next week then I can do the one just as a demo for what I wanted to do. So we're just going to fill all these in, sort of make sure we're blended out now. Hello, Jennifer. Nice of you to join. Hello, Auntie. Hope you are doing well. Now, the only reason that I'm doing the two colors on here is just because I wanted a little bit different, right? You could absolutely, this is a background stencil, you could absolutely just do your whole background, no problem at all. This is just something I wanted to do. I've seen a couple techniques now where they kind of blend over their stencils, and this is just what I wanted to do for today. I like snowflakes. I tend to gravitate towards them. There is a couple nice stencils I've seen that have like mistletoe and stuff on them, and I do also like pine branches with pine cones on it. Those are very nice as well. So I'm just gonna now with my nifty hinge here, I'm just gonna pick it up. Ooh, I really like it. All right, I really like it. All right. Ooh, okay, so here's what we got. All right, very nice. I'm just going to put that one aside. I'm going to clean off my stencil here just a tiny bit. And then I just want to do one more where I'm going to use a little bit darker inks, because when I do my embossing, I want to have a couple different options, I guess, for lack of a better word. So I just want to clean this off. Not that it's a huge deal because I'm going darker, not lighter. But I just want to clean this off so that it's not going to kind of go over my other one. All right, I think that's good. And this is another nice thing about having this hinge on here, is that you can do this, and now, oh, I should wipe off this though. And then you can just tuck this in underneath. I'm going to move this over just a tiny bit. All right, so now I'm going to do a bit darker blues, and I have 3 again, but I think 2 is going to be enough. Broken China, Stormy Sky, and Salty Ocean. But you know what? Weathered Wood's quite dark anyway. And I don't know if I want to go bright like that. If I was going to go bright, I would go these ones. Okay, let's do that. Let's just go bright. Go bright or go home. Should we say that? All right, I'm going to do Broken China for the bits in the middle of the stencil. I'm just going to put that guy aside for a bit. Hi, Diana. How are you? Nice of you to join today. Thank you so much. You like snowflakes too? Who just, I mean, everybody. Doesn't everybody like snowflakes? And I've just got to make sure I'm writing down everybody's names here for the draw. So I'm just taking a moment here. Yeah, this stencil's really nice from Paper Rose, for sure. So Dagny, I didn't see if you posted or if anybody posted about these blending brushes. I feel like this one would benefit even a smaller blending brush. Maybe even one of the little tiny round ones, but this is what I had, and so this is the one I'm going with. Oh yeah, and this is also oxide. I just forgot, or I just remembered that I picked oxide on this one for a reason. Oh man, oh well. I was thinking I didn't push my paper up quite far enough for the bottom still showing, but I have my papers cut at 4x6, so I have lots of room anyway at the bottom to cut off. So that's perfectly okay. All right. Hello, Sandra. Yes, I agree with you. They are much nicer on paper than they are on the ground. I absolutely agree with you. Okay, now let's do our salty ocean. This one's going to be quite bright. Quite bright. Oop, whatever, let's just put it on, right? I actually see now that a different color might have worked better, but that's okay. And that one's getting kind of covered up. I'm just trying to kind of do this quick too, because I've got the embossing things I want to show you. So I'm just kind of trying to get through this quick. So I'm maybe not doing the best job that I would kind of do if I was actually doing a Christmas card for somebody. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as you're watching me. Kind of be crazy here. Oh, I did this song. This one is Salty Ocean Jen. This bright color. This one's Salty Ocean, and because it's oxide, of course, it's going to be even brighter, right? All right, I think I've got them all now. I'm not really layering the colors, no. I'm just sort of doing the middle and then blending out from that. All right, and honestly, you can't even really see too much of the difference. I shouldn't have used broken china with this. I should have used like peacock feathers or mermaid lagoon or something, because it's hard, and maybe a smaller blending brush also, because it's very slight, the difference in the colors on this. And then, like I said, I didn't have my stencil up properly, but that's okay because I cut this bigger, so for me to just trim that off isn't the end of the world. Okay, so we're done with this. Now I want to go back to our original one, which now, as you see them side by side, like quite a bit different, hey? That's quite a bit different. So now what I want to do is, I'm going to go back to our original one here. I'm going to use my non-stick, or my anti-static. My anti-static, just giving this a quick rub, okay? Now I am going to use my Versamark. I'm going to stamp. I've picked out 3 snowflake stamps that I'm going to use. These are Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz stamps. Now I'm trying to think too what embossing I'm going to use on here, because that might determine what I do with this. So I'm just looking at I'm going to use embossing glaze because I didn't have, no, maybe this one. That one might be nice. Because I didn't have a blue or the color of embossing powder that I kind of wanted. So I'm going to use this, maybe some silver. So I'm going to try to stamp. Maybe I'll just use the one color of embossing powder, hey? Just maybe make it easy, keep it easy. Do one of the big ones. Up here over top. Now, I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know how this is going to turn out. Like I said, came up with this bright idea this morning, and so I cannot tell you how this is going to look, but we are going to try it out, and if it doesn't work out, you've tried it, right? So I'm kind of stamping about 2 with each one here, and I'm trying to go in between the background. All right, I'm going to use Uncharted Mariner as my embossing glaze. Look at that color. Hopefully this will go together good. I'm putting lots on because I don't really know where I stamped. I wasn't really paying too much attention, so I just want to make sure that I get it all covered. Oh, looks like I could have stamped a different spot. Look at that. All right, let me put this away, and I might stamp a couple more now that I can kind of see where we are. And of course I stamped off onto my scrap paper, but that's okay. I just want to put one more just in here, I think. I just don't know which one to use. Yeah, just go with it. So my thought process on this was that doing these kind of like a layer would just really make, oops, the snowflakes and everything pop on here, right? And it would give it a little bit of depth and dimension to have sort of, oh, I did screw that one up. I accidentally stuck my finger in that one. Okay, I'm going to dry it, or I'm going to heat it. Sorry if this is really noisy. I couldn't find my low speed one, so I'm just going to be off camera for a minute here while I get this heated up. And then on the next one that we're going to do, we're going to try to do a bit of a lighter, even maybe clear on it with the embossing, just because maybe that'll be a little bit different, give it a different look. There we go. How is everybody doing? Yeah, you like these stamps? Pam, I like them too. Is this noisy? Can you guys comment and let me know if you can hear it, if it's noisy or not? Well, I guess right there in the middle where I stuck my finger, I guess that's where my sentiment's gonna go. I love heat embossing, you know. It's kind of an art that, I don't know, kind of wasn't, it's not too loud, okay, sorry. I'm trying to hurry. It's kind of an art form that's been around for a long time, and it sort of comes and goes, right? You know, sometimes it's kind of really popular, and you see lots of stuff happening with it, and then it kind of fades away for a little while, and then it sort of resurges and comes back. So I don't know, I've always really liked it, and I really, really appreciate and really like the embossing glazes from Distress. I think they just give a whole nother media to kind of work with. All right, I think I'm just about done here. Let me just see. I'm going to pick it up so I can see if it's all shiny. I think I'm just about good here. All right. All right, so then I would cut this down to the size of my card front. So 4 by 5 1/4. So it's already 4. I think I'm going to cut this part off because I don't like how I kind of got those two together. So 5 1/4 would be my card front. That would give me enough that I could mat this if I so desired. And then I picked a couple of, I wonder how this would look on here. I think it's kind of the wrong color. But I had some little ephemera bits that I wanted to pull out my, oops. I'm not going to be able to hide that, but maybe I can put a gem in there, oops, to kind of cover that up. Maybe a white pearl? What do you guys think? My tweezers. How am I doing for time? Oh boy, I'm gonna run you guys over here. If I kind of cover that with a white pearl, maybe it won't be as noticeable. And then I was gonna pop this. I actually wouldn't want it there, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like this spot's kind of lacking, so I would need to put something maybe. But I don't want... Nope, I feel like that needs to go there. Okay, so I would also finish putting pearls in the middle of all the snowflakes. But what do you guys think about that technique? I mean, it's quick, it's beautiful, and you could easily do a bunch at a time, right? So I'm just going to put that one to the side for the moment. And I'm going to bring back my other one. Oops. I need to just wipe this quick. Sorry for my reach. I got embossing powder all over here. I want to make sure I clean that off because I don't want Uncharted Mariner on my next one that I'm doing. Okay, so got that cleaned off. So now for this one, I want to do the same idea. Ooh, all of a sudden my computer came on and it got really bright in here. I want to do the same idea, but I think I'm going to, I want the background now to be a little bit more noticeable. You know, the first one we did, I wanted the snowflakes, the embossing part to be the noticeable part, right? So now I want to do the opposite. So I either have clear or I have silver embossing powder. What's the consensus on that? What do you think? Do you think clear, which would just give it a random shimmer, or do you think the silver? I'll stamp while you guys vote. And I gotta try to get these in the right spots this time because I have to cut this bottom piece off. I don't have as much play this time as I did before. Oh, my archival, that's all right. Clear? Ooh, clear. Oh, hi, Tamara. Nice of you to join. I didn't even see you come on. All right, so clear, hey? Well, let's do that then. Let's do clear. We'll put this one down here. Okay, and then the last one, 3 different styles of snowflakes just because I can. And let's put here, let's maybe put, of course, now I stamped it and I can't really see where I stamped it. And I'm not fully 100% paying attention. There. And I think I'll put it tiny bit down here off this edge. All right, so let's do our clear now. I could do clear then silver, absolutely. I could even just sprinkle some flecks of silver in here. Definitely. And I have done that before. I'm actually kind of surprised. I had archival on my snowflake stamp. You see how it's stained in black, and it seems like it's actually, the black has been showing up now because of the Versamark, but I guess we'll see. Yep, I think that looks good. I can try sprinkling. Oh, actually, let me get rid of my clear first so I don't waste a bunch. I could try sprinkling just a tiny bit of silver on here and just see how it goes. I don't know if it'll stick now, but we'll just try it, right? Whatever. This is what crafting is about, is just trying it and seeing what happens, right? All right, I am going to now use my heat tool. Well, let's see, hey? So I'm sorry, I apologize for the noise. Silver, silver, some of both. Well, all right. Perfect. So thoughts on this? Could you guys see yourself doing this technique? Is this something that you've done before, not done before, heard of, not heard of? Tell me a little bit. while I'm drying with my heat tool. So if you had this on your Misty or on your stamp platform, you definitely could have done 2 layers of embossing powder because the stamps would have stayed in the same spot. So you could have done, say, your clear, and then you could have just re-stamped and did silver or bits of silver or something else over top, right? Although some silver did stick, so I think we're doing okay here. So I would have probably used, I mean, the silver is nice, definitely, but I probably would be inclined to do the embossing glaze again, like in Hickory Smoke or something. So let me get my trimmer and just trim off that bottom corner so we can get a little bit better effect of what it looks like. So let's move this out of the way because we don't need to see that in the picture. Okay, so here it is. So now we've done it opposite, where this one, the stenciling in the background is more vibrant and noticeable versus this one where the embossing was more vibrant and noticeable. This one would be nice just because it's a little shimmer over top, right? Can you see the embossing powder, the shimmer? Yeah, you can see it. I don't know about the clear, hey? Like, I think I would have definitely did them all in silver. I think that would have been a better goal for sure. But this one I really like. I like how it turned out. I like the gems on it. I'll finish putting some pearls on it. And let's see, I have a little joy. I mean, I would of course do these up, but it's nice to be able to use some of the little ephemera pieces in that I've kind of, should I say, collected over the years? Let's go with that, hey? Oh, and now my phone's ringing. Look at that. People don't know I'm in the live. Let me just turn that off. All right, I'm just going to use some of these pearls. I'm just going to finish the centers of these embossed snowflakes. Big one up here. My pearls are, I think, drying out a little bit. Ooh, I really like that. This one be a little part of one down here. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sorry about that. Okay. So there we go. What's your thoughts? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Very pretty, very nice. So I'll just lift this one up a little bit closer so you can see. I just really like how you can layer with the stenciling and blend, and then when you put your stamping over top, it just gives it a whole different look. You could, and if you matted this with like a blue, oh my goodness. My apologies for that. If you were to mat it with like a peacock feather type paper underneath, it would be, wow. It would be beautiful. This one would have been, I think, would have turned out really great had we used the silver. I feel like the clear just doesn't really do much for it, but the silver I think would have really been beautiful. So that's it. That is it for today. Thank you everybody for joining me. It was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Yeah, I hope you liked it, and I hope that maybe you use it as some inspiration for your Christmas cards this year. So I will sign off till next week, and yeah, I hope you guys all have a great week, a great rest of the weekend. If the weather's nice where you are, go outside and enjoy, get some fresh air, because there'll come a day where we won't want to go outside. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. See you next Saturday.